Moments in MMA and boxing. MMA and boxing invite chaos and unpredictability at every corner by the design of the sports. As one of the most fast-paced things to watch on TV, there are so many memorable events to recall. And this time, we're going to be taking a look at 10 of the most beautiful moments in MMA and boxing. Let's jump right into it. Norma Dumont versus Ashley Evans Smith, UFC Vegas 15. First off, we have a moment that some viewers might have gotten disappointed over. During a UFC Vegas 15 exchange between Norma Dumont and Ashley Evans Smith, the latter had her opponent in a tight bind, following some rollovers and a flip by the waist. As Dumont was bringing the pressure, her top began to slide up, before the referee ran in to readjust it, avoiding a wardrobe malfunction and something that may have frustrated some watching at home. Fighter refuses to punch his unconscious opponent. Next, we have a proper display of respect between opponents. MMA fighter Chad George tracked his opponent Mark Borges in a brutal chokehold and held him against the ground, but notably didn't lay into him with punches or kicks. He instead wanted to finish things up in a clean way and pleaded with the referee to quickly declare him KO'd. However, he didn't do so for several seconds. But when it was done, George got up and released Borges with minimal damage, showcasing his true character as a fighter. Valerie Loretta twerks after KO win at Bellator 243. This one keeps it simple and targets the fans at home. Following MMA fighter Valerie Loretta's KO victory at Bellator 243, she quickly breaks into a hilarious and memorable fit of dancing, including some twerking and belly dancing. Much like the first moment, this one may have been more notable for some people more than others. UFC fighter faces off with young fans. The kid with the headband came to fight. As always, not all beautiful moments in MMA and boxing come from inside the ring. Sometimes they're from the surrounding media or press conferences. And when UFC fighter Josh Thompson invited some young fans on stage,
any other kids in here?
Following a Q&A session he was hosting, he earned the love of a lot of audience members. One by one, the adorable kids jokingly faced off with Thompson. For the parents and spectators to snap photos and make memories with such an upbeat fighter. Winner taps out in amateur MMA fight. Bringing it back to an amateur MMA fight, this one ended in a way that had the audience confused. As Jeremy Rasner and Mike Pandanko were going at it, the latter was quickly gaining the upper hand. Just as it seemed he had Rasner on the ropes, he fell to his knees and tapped out, startling everyone in and around the ring, out of integrity for his opponent, assumedly.
I just feel like terrible, so I'm just gonna give him the win.
8-year-old shows great sportsmanship. Taking a short break from MMA and boxing, we have a karate contest that had gotten down to 2 8-year-olds who were both friends. As the winner was announced, his friend adorably jumped up in joy, clapping and repeatedly bouncing in place as the trophy was awarded. As the winning kid and his runner-up friend shook hands, the entire world's hearts melted at once. The most emotional Olympic Taekwondo moment, 2008. Keeping with karate, for now, we have a true display of drive. As a fierce Taekwondo fight began, the woman in the blue uniform was knocked down by her red uniformed opponent about 10 seconds in, much to the former's frustration. She quickly got back to her feet, only to be tossed back down with a single kick. She laid, growing furious and determined, and got back up once more, only to be launched right back down. And as she got up one last time, determined not to give up, she was finally defeated. But she won the hearts of the audience. Ring girls make out between rounds. Back in the ring, we have a display that got the audience both in person and watching at home riled up. Following round 2 on Rough and Rowdy, one of the ring girls walked to the other, embracing her and sharing a kiss for a few seconds, much to everyone's delight. The commentators hilariously comment on the reaction of the ring goers, undoubtedly making their day.
Warriors. Totally. Absolute warriors. Oh, we got kissing in the ring.
My God. Big Ev's face lit up like it was Christmas morning.
That was the most excited I've ever seen Big Ev.
Great sportsmanship moment. World Sambo Championships 2019 Combat Sambo. Next up, following a fierce fight between two larger men in 2019's World Sambo Championships, the fighter dressed in blue was sitting on the ground, exhausted. Once his red-dressed opponent was crowned the victor, he rushed over and hoisted him off the ground ahead of paramedics, earning much respect from both sides of the fight. As the staff began to clean up, the red-dressed fighter darted out the door, carrying his injured opponent. Wrestler carries injured opponent off after pinning him. This situation will definitely seem familiar. Two wrestlers dressed in blue and red fought with vigor and spirit for about a minute until the latter took his opponent down, injuring him with a pinning maneuver. With stunning similarity to the last match, the blue-dressed wrestler was carried out by his red-dressed competitor. Clearly, blue is an unlucky color. So what did you think about our list? Did we miss any MMA or boxing moments that you'd add? Leave us your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay posted on all our future releases.